Hello, thanks for joining me on Life and Surround. Today I will be reviewing Waka, Wazoo by Frank Zappa. 4 CDs and a Blu-ray covering the sessions for Waka Waka and the Grand Wazoo. I'm going to start things off with a brief clip from the talk I recently had with Ryan Talbot. We're going to discuss some potential Zappa releases for this year, and then also make some comments on Waka Wazoo. I liked our chat so much, I thought it would be a great way to start things off. I'll be right back. So Zappa, overnight sensation, maybe apostrophe. Both are speculative.
That's right. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest surprises, but what ended up being one of the best releases of 2020 was one that actually just came out a few weeks ago, the box set Waka Wazoo. It had both of his albums, Waka Waka and the Grand Wazoo, fully remixed, new 5.1, new Dolby Atmos mix, fantastic box set. I think they could probably do something similar with both Overnight Sensation and Apostrophe. And the reason I say both of them is that apparently, even though those albums came out, I think about 6 months apart from each other, Overnight Sensation, I think, was like September 73, and then Apostrophe, I think, was around the following spring.
Okay.
Apparently, both of those records basically came from the same recording sessions around that exact same time. So I think they could either do just an Overnight Sensation set, or maybe they could combine both Overnight Sensation and Apostrophe together. And
I
another
would
thing
love it.
as well too is that apart from the fact that hopefully we would get new 5.1 and Dolby Atmos mixes of both of those records, a lot of people may know that both of those records were actually released in quad back in the 70s. The quad mixes were done by Zappa himself.
Yeah, I've
Haven't
actually got Overnight Sensation on
okay.
CD4.
Yeah, I haven't heard either of the quad mixes, but I love both of those records. They are just wacky and fun, and so yeah, if they do anything close to what they did with the Waka Wazoo set, I'm in all the
Yeah,
way.
I'm planning to review Waka Wazoo pretty soon. I've been absolutely loving it.
Yep.
Amazing. Even the CDs, the material on the CDs, just phenomenal.
All killer, no filler in that set. Yep.
All right, so Waka Wazoo. As Ryan said, this set is packed with all killer, no filler. You get 4 CDs and a Blu-ray. The CDs have session takes and also alternate mixes. You get live material of both the 10-piece and the 20-piece groups. It is probably worth noting that the only example of the 20-piece group is track 8 on disc 3. It's around 11 minutes long. It's called Approximate. And I don't know, just maybe to declutter the stereo field of all of those 20 pieces, I chose to listen to it through my Surround Master on Involve Audio 4.1 setting, and I have to tell you, it decoded amazingly. It was actually pretty similar in feel to the 5.1 mixes in terms of like how stuff surrounds you. Drums wrapping around the room, horns mostly in the surrounds but occupying the front a bit, and then snare, kick drum, bass guitar, and Frank's guitar mostly up front. So, that said, the Atmos and 5.1 mixes that we have here, done by Eric Goebel, are, to my ears, outstanding. They are exactly what I want in surround or immersive mixes. You have cohesion in all the right ways, separation in all the right ways. You have added clarity and detail. You're going to hear parts that are really tough to distinguish in the stereo mixes with which you might be familiar. Now, the authoring for this Blu-ray is very odd. It is frustrating to some listeners, and I just want to point it out. You access the menu, and you're going to toggle left or toggle right to get to either one of the albums. Beware that the menu music is in stereo, and if you go over to one of the albums and select 5.1 or Atmos, Upon returning to the center menu, you'll likely notice a volume discrepancy. 5 dB discrepancy for Waka Waka, and a whopping 13 dB discrepancy for the Grand Wazoo. It isn't a showstopper for me. Once you have each of the albums running in 5.1 or Atmos, they are an amazing listen. So the problem, as far as I can tell, is Dolby dial norm metadata setting. If you don't want dialogue adjustment, this setting should be left at -31, but the albums are set at -26 and -18, if I recall. The other thing that some people have noticed is that as the albums are playing, you get a flicker on the screen. And I agree with people making comments that the flickering is in time with the music, and thus I believe it's intentional. Some people have wondered whether or not it is. I do find it a bit distracting / annoying, so my preference, once I have analyzed what's on the screen for a moment, is to just close my eyes. And maybe that was the intent of the designer. To annoy you enough to get you to shut your eyes and just listen to the music, or perhaps just turn off your screen. Musically, this is such a weird, strange, but wonderful era for Frank Zappa. He intended to put together the world's first fully electrified orchestra, meaning that any member of the brass or any other element of the group would have the same volume as, say, the drum kit or lead guitars. And as far as I know, at least it's claimed in the album information, this is a first. So he put together this electrified orchestra, wackiness ensues. This is by no means the most accessible Frank Zappa material that you could hope for. I find it engaging enough. I get through all of the bonus material plus both albums with unwaning interest. Standout moments musically for me on Waka Waka include the nearly pop-oriented chord progression of One Shot Deal, the hypnotic, iconic bass line of the title track, and then especially in surround or immersive, the drum solo. That is just a jaw-dropping, super, super discreet moment. For fellow surround junkies, enjoy. And for the Grand Wazoo, the earworm level guitar riff of Eat That Question will definitely keep me coming back for more. Another odd thing to note about the Blu-ray is just how incredibly thin it is. I hope you are enjoying some Zappa like I am. I look forward to what may be coming this year, I hope, and if not, as soon as possible. This release gets nearly full marks for me. I just question the Blu-ray authoring, and I hope they will definitely improve in that regard for any subsequent releases. I'm so happy to get a Blu-ray CD set from Zappa with excellent surround and immersive mixes, plus also excellent stereo content. I am thrilled. I hope that you likewise enjoy this release. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave comments below, share your enthusiasm of music and surround and immersive music with me and everyone else watching this channel. It is very enjoyable and much appreciated. And until next time, per usual, I implore you to live life in surround.